I was lucky enough to get 2 spots with the Bytown. And with the second spot, I want to do 4 songs by my brother-in-law, Mark Beauchamp. Well, he's not famous, but he's my brother-in-law. And he's a great songwriter. His first song, I'm going to tie 2 songs together because, again, these aren't very long sessions. It'll be Beer and Cigarettes and A Long Way Down. At least I think that's what they're called. He never told me the titles. I'm not one to work too much, sex is not my thing. Mostly I get by on a prayer and a wing. Smoked a lot of reefers, made a few bad bets. What it boils down to is beer and cigarettes. Beer and cigarettes, boys, beer and cigarettes. I ain't got no money and I ain't got no regrets. I guess this bar is closing down, time to make my way. I just picked up a 6-pack and a deck of Craven A. When I was a younger man, I was very straight. I never went out drinking and I never had a date. As the days grew shorter and also did my hair, pretty soon the beer and cigarettes were all that fared. Beer and cigarettes, boys, beer and cigarettes. I ain't got no money and I ain't got no regrets. I guess this bar is closing down, time to make my way. I just picked up a 6-pack and a deck of Craven A. Now my life is hollow like a tree that starts to rot. And lots of nothing is the only thing I got. Searched the world for pretty girls, all I could find was beer and cigarettes and empty bars at closing time. Beer and cigarettes, boys, beer and cigarettes. I ain't got no money and I ain't got no regrets. I guess this bar is closing down, time to make my way. I just picked up a 6-pack and a deck of Craven A. Beer and cigarettes, boys, beer and cigarettes. I ain't got no money and I ain't got no regrets. I guess this bar is closing down, time to make my way. I just picked up a 6-pack and a deck of Craven A. Long way down, it's a long, long drive from the gal I loved and the tears I cried. I was out on the road in the blazing sun with the sweat pouring down and my shirt undone. But I'm traveling along on a long highway. My feet say go and I just can't stay. Long way down, it's a long, long drive from the gal I love and the tears I cry. Well, I tried my best to settle on down, build a brand new life in a brand new town, but it just won't work when the work won't pay. I can change my name, but I can't change my way. A long way down, it's a long, long drive from the gal I loved and the tears I cried. Well, she tried her best to set me right, and I felt secure when she held me tight. But the road it called, and I had to go. The sun must set, and the wind must blow. Long way down, it's a long, long drive from the gal I loved and the tears I cried. Songs by Mark Beauchamp. Where is my girl now? I'm assuming that's what it's called. I did travel across this land. I found the sweetest girl to ever hold my hand, but where is my girl now? She had sea green eyes, and her loving satisfied, but she slipped away before the knot was tied. And where is my girl now? I was in a hurry and I didn't take the time to tell her I needed her so she would be mine. I just figured everything would work out fine, but where is my girl now? At the rising of the sun, when our day had just begun, we would love until we were one. But where is my girl now? As the sunset fills the sky, and together we would lie, the clouds would whisper and the wind would sigh. But where is my girl now? Back out on the prairies she walks a lonely trail, and a tear comes to her eye as the day does fail. I'm stuck up on a mountain, locked up in this jail, thinking, where is my girl now? As sure as life will pass us by, and the morning turns to light, love will fade just as the dying light. And where is my girl now? Where is my girl now? Well done, Mark. One last Mark Beauchamp song. And it's probably one of my favorite songs of all the songs I know. If left alone, I'd wander back in the past quite a bit, and that's what this song's about. My Greyhound Days, or Mark's Greyhound Days. on a 747, thinking about the past, trying to read between the lines of a string of good times, hoping that they're gonna last. Well, there's no in-flight meals, and in my heart I can feel getting stronger as my destination nears. This jet's a much faster mode than all the miles that I rode back in my Greyhound years. Down below me kinda looks like one of Grandma's quilts and all the colors that she loved. It's like I'm looking down on my little town from up in heaven above. Well, the storm clouds are gone and the ship's moving on. At 30,000 feet it's clear. I realize that somehow I'm on no higher ground than I was back in my Greyhound years. Oh, the road of good intentions, it's a long and winding path. You try your best, you're certain it slips. You no longer know exactly where you've been. And the shots take its tolls, the miles chip away at your soul. Can't see the table for the beers. I remember it now, it don't matter somehow. It happened in my Greyhound years. Well, sometimes someone touches you like no other person can, and you get swept away despite your feet of clay. It maybe wasn't in the plans. Then someone arrives with the power to change lives, dam up a river of tears. Oh, but I'd leave it all behind if I was not sure I could find the person from my Greyhound years. Oh, the road of good intentions, it's a long and winding path. You tell yourself you're fooling yourself. What you really wanted was for it to last. Then the day comes along, in your heart there's a song. You wonder if this bus stops here. Up ahead there's a line, you can juggle your mind. You're cruising through your Greyhound years. If you can keep hopes alive, you might just survive your travels through your Greyhound years. That's all the Mark songs I know. Thank you.